Greetings. I'm Mitch Waite from WoganMonster.com, and I'm looking at a bone here that we found on our last trip on May 19th. And the interesting thing about this bone was that it was in an area of very soft dirt in a very deep and secluded, dense part of the woods. We came walking down the hill a little bit in the hurry because we had finished setting out our cameras and we had heard a great big huge crash, and the crash was on the order of a magnitude of a car hitting a brick wall. It was just a great big old bang, and of course we were up in the woods and we had traveled the road all the way to the end. There's only one way in and one way out, so we were the only ones in there. We suspect that a huge boulder was thrown against a tree to let us know that we should not be in the area. But what I need to do is try to figure out what this bone is. So I'm asking for your help in identifying it. I want to know if there's justification for me to have it tested to see what animal species it is. Now, somebody out there might be able to identify the bone just by the characteristics and looks of it. It's not something like you would see on an elk or a deer. There is literally no hardly curve to it, like the rib cage of a elk or a deer. Plus, you can see it's a lot smaller. It's on the order of possibly human-sized, but we have no clue what it is. We want you to help us identify it. So, if there's any bone specialists out there, please take a look. Now, I'm going to reach down. I'm going to handle the bone so that you can see the characteristics of the end of it. I'm going to rotate it around, and so that you can see the sizes and so forth. It does look like there's a little damage on the back side here. Now, this bone doesn't really seem to have been chewed on. It's very flat in nature. It does have a tip to it. A little bit more about the end of it. I'll rotate it around so that you can take a look at that. Again, the bone itself is in the neighborhood of 9 inches, and like I said, we have no clue as to what it is. Now, in almost all of the Bigfoot discussions that we've ever talked about, we always hear that why is there never any body or remains found? And so there's been a lot of conclusions as to whether or not the Bigfoot eat their own or bury their own, or just what happens to them, or if they just left and disintegrate. Well, in this particular area, it appears that it was probably buried. And we just came tripping across it. We didn't spend any time in there looking around because, like I said, we were in a hurry to kind of get out of there. We had kind of received our warning shot, so we backed out of there in a hurry as it was coming down the hill into this soft, dirted area. I kicked this bone up and I reached down and grabbed it and took off with it. Hopefully they didn't see me pick it up if it happens to be one of their ancestors, and turns out to be like a Sasquatch movie where they come after us and after the humans and wipe them out because they invaded their graveyard. But I'm dreaming, of course, and I'm pretty sure that this is some normal bone, but give me justification to spend a couple of $100 on this thing to get it tested. Tell me what you think it is. Thank you. Bye.